luxury, jumps on a Boeing jet, leaves behind a family, no regrets. He's got a birthday, I'm your old Shanghai. Eyes are on Mrs. Lai, the reason why. While in Brisbane, the tears roll strong. Chinese whispers called him to Hong Kong. Pack up your bags and off you go. Leave behind the begging for the Luxy show. Archie flies where the dragon soared to romance Mrs. Lai until his balls are sore. Archie's chasing dreams in the mystic land. Mrs. Lai brings coffee to his hand. Family's calls echo on the phone. He's miles away, lost, but he's not alone. In old Shenzhen's glow, he likes to stray. With Mrs. Lai, they bonk till the light of day. Pack up your bags and off you go. He's not showing up to New York, what show? Archie flies where the dragons soar to romance Mrs. Lai until his balls are sore. Though the tears roll down in Brisbane town, Archie's 3-inch dick flops all around. Celebrations in the neon night, forgetting home, he's chasing new Asian delight. Pack up your bags and off you go. Leave the begging for the beach ball show. Archie flies where the dragons soar to romance Mrs. Lai until his balls are sore. Weeks later, Archie leaves his playground, comes back home, he's Brisbane bound. Comes up with stories that he's going bust, has to fool the punters to gain their trust. Pack up your bags and off you go. Leave the begging for the beach ball show. Archie flies where the dragons soar to romance Mrs. Lai until his balls are sore. Archie spent the punter's money, he's in a fix. Spins a story that he can't eat bricks. All the lonely simps believe his scam. Grab all their cash, shove it in his hand. Pack up your bags and off you go. He didn't bother with the New York watch show. Archie flies where the dragons soar to romance Mrs. Lai until his balls are sore. Comes on streams, he cries poor again. His mate Tan gives him $5 grand, maybe 10. Archie thinks he's a big swing dick, cause the punters fall for his gypsy shtick. Pack up your bags and off you go. Didn't bother with the New York watch show. Archie flies where the dragons soar to romance Mrs. Lai until his balls are sore.
Well, Archie, you should come on your own show. I see you there in the lobby. Guys, forgive the popcorn sound. Satan's kitten is busy cooking his one signature dish. So you probably hear the microwave in the background. How are you, Archibald? How are you? How are you?
Hello, hello, hello. No, I am fantastic. Marky, I was discussing before the show's not making the bucks. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. But can I just say this to you?
You do it for love.
I don't want to sell my stuff.
We do it for love.
I don't want to sell. Marky, look at this. This is these 3 gold breguets. That's who I am as a person. Marky, this is me. 3 gold breguets. When you say who is Archibald, look at this. Look at this.
Who is Archie? Well, hold on. Let's have a closer look, guys. This is Archie. Listen, I have an idea. I know 2 days ago you were going to sell everything. Now you don't want to sell anything. I have an idea.
Yeah.
Have you considered donating blood, sperm, or organs?
You know, in my country, you're not allowed to sell bodily fluid.
Well, I do. Well, oh, really? Because here we have.
I know.
You could sell.
I know. Don't worry.
Maybe you should. Maybe you should visit, spend a little time. I bet, Mike, have you ever sold blood?
No. I don't think I'm legally able to.
But you've heard of it, right?
Of course. Yeah, my mom gave blood. I remember they gave her orange juice and a cookie afterwards.
Well, that's donating. But you can actually sell it.
Oh, no. No. I didn't even know you could do that.
Have you ever donated sperm to the sperm bank?
Do they pay you for that?
Well, I mean, I don't know if you donate. Maybe you can. I used to work at a sperm bank, but I had a problem. I got fired.
I like the comedy, the routine comedy.
Well, it's not really very. It's not funny. I got caught drinking on the.
I'm actually going to do a Google just in the background. What do I do in the background? Brisbane. I'm going to search for Brisbane sperm donation.
Yeah,
Brisbane
well, but see if you can sell it.
Donation.
You have some very good genes, dating back to Ukraine and ox carts. You know, your dad is wealthy.
Okay. Become a sperm donor. There we go. That's me.
Mm-hmm. You know, we'd like to know if they, you know, if they pay a little something for like extra good sperm.
Yeah, high excelling.
But like, I bet Mrs. Lai could arrange to broker a kidney. You don't need two. Do you?
Yeah.
The problem is that you don't like needles.
Oh no, we accept sperm donations from healthy men between 21 and 46.
Oh.
No, in Australia, it's illegal to make payment for any human tissue, including sperm.
I see. Well, there are men all over Australia paying for it. I can assure you of that. I've been to the Sydney Pride Parade. Mardi Gras, they call it there. Anyway.
That's my chance to have 800 children is gone.
Well, no, you're going to have to do it the good old-fashioned way. You can donate it to lesbians who will use a turkey baster. That's the thing. And it'll be a lot cheaper for them than going to the sperm bank, because that's the funny thing. They collect it free, but you know they don't give it away free. Call them up and ask. Tell them, you know, I'd like to make a withdrawal from the sperm bank, you know, and you find out. They're going to tell you they charge for that.
Wow.
Yes.
Anyway, all right, fine. Are you keeping all the watches or just the Breguet? What's happening here?
I'm addicted to sperm donation. Sorry.
Guys, I'd like to apologize for the direction that I took the pontiff this afternoon. Mike, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I didn't know he was going to bite it hook, line, and sinker.
No, forgive him. It's just funny.
Mike, this is a nice little Cabernet Sauvignon from a beautiful little vineyard in Modesto, California. What can you tell us? What can you tell us about Modesto?
You know, I do not know much about Modesto. I believe it's in the East Bay or further than the East Bay.
I don't know. We should look it up.
So it's.
Hey, just very quickly, Yankee Doodle, $5. While in Chicago this week, I met a 38-year-old desperate for a baby. She asked if I want to do it with her. What should I do? Yankee. You know what? That's becoming a very big thing. Is she well off?
Well,
he
needs a contract, you know.
Because the danger is you could be up for 18 years of child support.
You need a contract.
But if she's well off enough, I say go for it. Hey, free sex. Raw dog. Let's go for it. Sorry.
Raw dog radio.
Sorry,
well, you know.
The thing is, Yankee, what's her financial situation? Because I'm certainly happy to help.
Are you from all the way from Brisbane? What are you going to?
Some whistling. Who's the whistling in the background? What's that whistling?
Hold on. We're going to deaden Mike. Oh, yeah, it's Mike.
It's Mike.
Mikey, there's some high frequency noise emanating from your location. Figure it out. Yeah, it's Mikey's. Sorry, Mikey. It's just it's Archie and I have the hearing of dogs, and so
is that better?
Yes.
I'm sorry, I forgot to. But I keep explaining.
Don't explain it.
Streamliner defaults to one or the other.
It's better. Let's just
fuck me. I'm sorry, I forgot.
Fucking you is not on the agenda, although we could get some sperm for you out of the sperm bank. So Archie, you're not willing to sell anything to pay back the HELOC. What are you doing about consumer debt then? How are you going to handle this?
Actually, I got to tell you something. So we're getting rid of the sperm donation criteria. Okay, so I got 4 credit cards, 2 physical credit cards. I've got one, which is what they call
Zip.
it's an online credit card, and I've got also it's got another $500. So it's actually got 4 credit cards. I cleared the lowest one. Boom, done. And then the other one I've actually been working on reducing. I'm down to 2,000 I owe on that. I've also got that IWC I'm going to start selling soon.
By the way, Mrs. Wilkinson will take a donation if you have excess.
You know, I'm actually quite keen to just list everything I've got. Part of me says don't.
I believe she's talking about fluids.
You know, I heard the credit cards actually prefer you to maintain a.
Who cares what they prefer? Who cares what they prefer, Mikey? Fuck me dead. You know, I heard the bank, they prefer this. Fuck you, bank. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. I don't listen to what they prefer. It's what I prefer. You sound like an employee.
No, that's just something I heard, Archie.
Well, it's true, Mikey. It's true because you are paying like 22% interest on balances that you carry over. So naturally, they prefer that you do not.
I forgot what the fuck we were even talking about.
We were talking about sperm and now APR interest.
On what? APR interest?
On Archie's credit cards. Archie is cleared a credit card and he's thinking about clearing another. I don't know how he cleared it. How'd you clear it? What'd you use for money?
Sorry?
What'd you use for money to pay off that credit card?
Oh.
But you didn't have any.
Oh.
Let's talk about it. You had $2,000.
I forgot what I said, so.
Rodent Mutation sent me a card. You know, that Rodent Mutation.
Oh, how nice. Actually, and Rodent 3.0 sent...
That's the guy I met in Switzerland. I met him in Switzerland. He's not a bad dude.
Rodent 3.0 had his Dan Murphy's account suspended, so he's very unhappy that he can't send you scotch.
Ah, that's okay. So I got to tell you something, guys. I'm just putting it. Just hang on. I got to put something. I'm anal. Anal.
Yes, I see the anal. We can all see the anal.
I put my model cars away in the shelf there. I moved my camera equipment. I've actually been cleaning up. Do you see any difference here? It's cleaner or not?
No, it's not.
I've got rid of a lot of stuff. You can't see any difference.
No, you've just shifted the piles to different locations.
No, I've actually been getting rid of stuff in a big way.
Well, apparently you need to do a bit more before we can tell.
Yes, I understand. I see.
Sorry. You know, have you considered an OnlyFans page?
OnlyFans?
Yeah. There's one requirement. You got to be over 18 years of age. Well, you know, and of sound mind, but you know, we can overlook that one. I feel that if you put up spicy pictures and videos, you know, I feel like the punters would join that, and as would chubby chasers and Asian women.
Chubby chasers?
Mm-hmm.
Chubby chasers. Who's a chubby chaser?
Well,
not me.
There are. It is a fetish that some people have, both male and female.
I gotta go let my dog out. I'll be right back.
Yeah, I'll be right behind you, Mikey. Mine's gonna complain soon. Anyway, just a thought. An OnlyFans account. Lots of actors, models, and YouTubers have done it.
I see.
Actually,
chubby chasing.
There's a guy on the Australian national canoe team that just got booted off of the Aussie canoe team for starting an OnlyFans. They thought it did not go well with the image of the canoe team. But I'm saying, you know, guys got to make a living. I mean, I think you should do some research on OnlyFans.
I think if I kept the 3 breguets, that's all I really need in life. You know that?
That means we can sell the Patek.
Yep. What do you think?
I think we sell the Patek, we've got like $30,000-$40,000 coming in.
Yeah.
Can go right on the HELOC, like every penny.
3 Breguets and a Speedy.
Done. Then you're truly a Breguet man. Because like right now, you're a Breguet man, you're a Patek man, you're a Rolex man.
Wearing a Zenith.
Yeah, I mean, you're all over the place. You're not really a Breguet man. You just have Breguet in this collection. The hodgepodge, as someone called it the other day. I myself am wearing an Omega. An Omega, it is not a man on the moon. Because
Is it a wave dial?
It's the laser cut wavy dial.
I like that. I like that. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Man, it's like a Snoopy. It's like a panda Seamaster,
Yeah.
isn't it?
They call it the Arctic. They call it the Arctic.
When did you buy that? When did you buy that?
Oh, I don't know, a year, 2 years ago. Ironically, Clyde calls it the Seaman Master, and I've got 2 of them. I've got the black one and the white
I'm
one.
too old to give sperm donations. Do you reckon if I write to them, they might consider?
Yeah, maybe you should call. Hey, why don't you call customer service right now, and bitch slap them the way you did the Tollway Authority for the box, and the way you did Glashuta for the service. Why don't you call and threaten to file a discrimination lawsuit, age discrimination? I'll wait. You think they're open? Is it Sunday or Monday there? What day is it?
What day is it?
Yeah, what day of the week is it for you? It's Monday.
It's actually Monday. Yeah, Monday.
Yeah, they're open. They're open. Call up. You know what? I'll wait. Put them on speaker. Call them up and just make sure. Just ask if they'll make an exception due to age.
Yeah.
It would be an interesting call for the punchers.
You think so?
I do, but since you're going to do wax, you should show us. Move the camera so we can see this, or whatever weird thing you're doing with the double glasses. Let us see.
No, I totally get it. I totally get it. You know, I'll be honest with you, Marky.
Well, what do you mean?
I get it. You know, I want to ask you something, Marky. You know, in the dog business, see, you don't have you've had donations, haven't you? Family have left you
Good God.
big money.
Sure, let's go with that. More like they've left me the dog. Oh man, did I have a situation today?
What happened? Tell us.
Now, I want to start by protecting the identity of the clients, but it was a mother and her adult daughter. Nice people, nice people, but they're in turmoil. Okay, they're in a difficult situation. I didn't know any of this when they booked the appointment. The appointment was just so I could see the dog to discuss alternatives, and all I knew was 4-month-old puppy that's biting. Well, every 4-month-old puppy bites. You know, it's like not serious. Usually fairly easy to handle. Well, these two women came in, and let me tell you, the puppy was cute, but they were fighting between each other. You know, mother and daughter. Turns out they're one step above homeless. They're not living in the car, but they're living in an extended stay hotel. Money is incredibly tight.
Extended stay. What is you mean like?
Well, in this country, it's a daily, weekly, monthly.
They used to have those there, extended stay near Disneyland when.
Well. Okay, this is what I would call the type of place that people go when they're between housing, you know.
But okay, so these people were not well off.
No. They had a bit of money. Why I needed to know all this, I don't know, but they told me a lot, you know. And the problem with being a dog trainer is very, very often the dog is affecting the dynamic of the family, the relationships between the people, and certainly their emotional state. And they tell you all this. And so I learned, oh my God, I learned who wants to get married, who got rejected. I learned what kind of birth control they have. They just tell me stuff that they really should only tell their priest or their therapist.
You become a dog bartender.
You know, oh my God, so true. Well, you were a bartender, so I bet it was like that. They just tell you too much, right, Mike?
No, my ex-best friend used to be a bartender for 100 years, but I've never been a bartender.
I don't recommend it because the things people tell you. Anyway,
But yeah,
dog-
people bear their souls to bartenders.
Well, they did, and they do to their dog trainers. So anyway, the dog, I didn't see him do the behavior, but from their description, which they sort of agreed, about what the behavior was, is pretty abnormal. Okay, it's not normal stuff. It's kind of to the high end of scary for a puppy. And left alone, this kind of stuff doesn't get better. It tends to get much worse over time. But I know they don't have a lot of money. I really don't feel, and I'll tell you, but I knew they were weak. Okay.
And what sort of car were they driving? What watch were they wearing?
Listen, I'm telling you, these people are not homeless, but if they 3 or 4 bad decisions, and they are. Okay. So I was not of the mind to take their money. I could have. I absolutely could have. I could have taken thousands of dollars because they were that kind of desperate. But I'm not a whore. I'm not.
Yeah.
So
you're a good person, Marky. You're a good person.
I couldn't I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. So basically, what I had to do was keep them focused because they kept fighting. And they just kept fighting over who was going to do what and who saw it the right way. I don't know. They kept fighting. So finally, I had to tell them, look, guys, I am not your therapist. You need to talk to yourselves in your car about this stuff on the way home, or go see a therapist. It's not me. I'm the dog trainer, and I'm going to stick to the dog topics. So you got to stop. And we had to tell them that over and over again. And finally, we got to the point where all they wanted to tell me was long histories and sad stories that had nothing to, my work, this, and this is what's happening, my work, oh my job, oh my God, I can't believe this job. And on and on. So finally I had to say, you guys have to leave now. And I want you to take this book, do what it says in the book. I don't have any money with me right now. No problem. Just take it with you and Venmo me later, which they probably won't do. But I gave them a book. And
how do you mean Venmo me? Like they had no money at all?
They didn't have any money with them. And she said, I don't have my Venmo with me, which is like ridiculous because you don't have a Venmo with you. You have it or you don't have it.
You have it's on your phone, isn't it? It's on your phone.
I know, right? I know. Let me just tell you, I gave her a $20 book.
Did they have a phone with them?
Probably. I mean, almost certainly they had to have. But for whatever reason, let me tell you what. If I get that $20, great. If I don't, it was worth it to get rid of them. I'd have paid $30, because I said finally.
So what sort of dog was it? Firstly, what sort of dog?
It was a cocker spaniel. Bought at a pet store, and it's got problems.
Like what problems has it got?
It bites. When I say it bites, I mean it's trying to do harm. It's not.
What does that normally mean? Was it abused as a puppy? Or?
No, it means that this one is mentally nuts, and sometimes
like when you say bite, you mean playful bite, or you mean really?
No. Normally, what I would have expected to see was playful biting. Now, that playful biting can be very painful. It can leave bruises. It can draw blood. But you can read the intent of the biting as playful. But in discussion with these people, they didn't think it was playful, and neither did I. After I heard about the nature of the biting, I don't think it was playful. I think this puppy is came from a pet store. It was removed from the mother way too young, so it was never socialized. It's cute as a button, by the way, but poorly
How much
bred.
did they pay for this dog?
I did not ask, but I could venture a guess, and it's probably around $2,000 to $2,500 is typical.
Why? Can I ask you something, please? Do not take offense to my questioning.
Yeah.
Why does somebody who's in temporary housing make their life so much harder by getting a fucking dog? What were they thinking?
Listen, you know what?
What the fuck were they thinking?
Okay.
If you want to make your life hard, now let me say this to you. Buying a luxury watch, this is as ridiculous as some idiot who's unemployed who puts it on a credit. Sorry. Who puts it on a credit card or installment plan. You are setting yourself up for failure. Past the $2. Was the dog's name Coda? Just asking.
No, it was not. Thank you for
So the dog. Okay, how old was this dog?
It was only 16 weeks old. It was very young as a puppy. So you would not think.
Buy this fucking dog.
Let me answer your questions. You've thrown a lot at me. So first off, is it typical to see a 16-week-old puppy that I would classify as going to be a dangerous dog. No, it's not typical. But it does happen once in a while, and this is one of those cases. If this was a Rottweiler instead of a Cocker Spaniel, I would be concerned that within about another 4 to 6 months that it's going to hospitalize someone. This dog is just going to put stitches in them. And soon. Okay, so it's not good. Now, you said, why would they do it? Should they have done it? Thank you. And the answer is, I asked them, well, I didn't ask them this question, but I thought the same thing. I didn't want to ask them. They told me. My daughter wanted to do it. She has anxiety. She thought it would help. Well, obviously it's not helping. So, and if they would have consulted me before, I would have said, don't do it. They shouldn't have done it, but now they did it.
What were they doing buying a dog from a puppy? That's the worst place you could possibly go, No, you don't see it that way, Mark?
No, I agree with you. I'm just saying, I don't know why people do what they do. These are people who they're having a rough spot in life. I have a lot of compassion. That's why I gave them lots of free advice and a free book and free handouts, that I texted them. And
what were they? Were they white, middle class? Tell me, give me the demographic.
Well, does their demo matter? I mean, they look.
What happened? What happened to them? What went wrong? Can I ask you that?
I did not want to know. Now, mind you, she told me way more than I wanted to know. I didn't ask any of this because none of my business. I want to focus on the dog. But
were they white? What nationality were they?
Your standard white Americans.
Okay. Were they middle age? How old were they?
I would say 25 and 48. Somewhere in
what sort of car were they driving? A black Buick?
I don't remember. No.
Black Buick?
It was a beater. It was like a normal car that was, like a Corolla, but an old one. An old one. I mean, I felt sorry for these women. Let me tell you.
Were they wearing Rolex? You're a watchman.
Come on, Archie. They're one step away from a really big financial disaster.
Hey! All I can say to you is the Breguets. I'm a Breguet man, Mark. I'm a Breguet.
Let me tell you something. If you sold off just those, that they could live on that for like a year.
I could live on that for a year as well.
You might
they're financed, Mark.
You might try it. Well, hey, Trip. Fucking Archie, replay it. Archie was like, asked me 5 times what color they were, what their demographic was, and I said it doesn't matter, and he just wouldn't let it go. So finally, I answered him to shut him the fuck up.
Tell me this: why the fuck? If someone's so desperate, why the fuck would they have bought a dog?
Listen. I'll be honest with you. It's not a question I asked them because it would have just started more shit. But it's obvious they should not have. It's very obvious. They should never have done this. And not only that, but their situation was so complex that it's possible I could have taken a lot of money from them, which I'm certain I could have done it. But then, depending on how things went with the dog, it might or might not have really contributed to improvement in the dog. Maybe yes, maybe no. And certainly no if they didn't do everything I said. And they're not in a position to do what I would have told them to do. So I gave them a book, and I gave them a couple of handouts, and I sent them on their way. And today's good deed is done. But when I said, you got to go now, it's time to go, she looked at me and she goes, I did something wrong. You're kicking me out. And I go, you didn't do anything wrong. I just can't help you. I've been doing this 30 years. I know when I can't help a person, and I can't help you. So that's why I'm going to give you what I can, and I'm going to send you on your way. Otherwise, I'm going to take a lot of money from you that you don't have. So take my gift and go.
And they went then, or what did they say?
And they went, but they went feeling like she had been thrown out. Which she had been, but gently, kindly, sweetly, and with a gift. She's never gonna send me that $20, which I don't mind. Maybe that book will help. I sent her The Joy of Playing with Your Dog, because if that dog gets refocused on playing certain games that teach mental.
Mark, okay, let's not beat around.
Oh, they're gonna have to get rid of that puppy.
Mark.
They're fucked.
Mark, they're totally fucked. Okay, they're fucked. Okay,
they're fucked. But I did my best to give them at least a pathway forward. without taking money from them. I didn't want them to be fucked and then fucked again by me. You know what I'm saying? They fucked themselves with the dog. I didn't want the dog trainer to fuck them again. And maybe they'll find someone to take their money, but it wasn't going to be me. And here's why. I don't need to rip people off to make a living. And taking money from these people would have been a bit. You know what? It's very much like the guy.
Could they return the dog? Could they return the dog?
Yeah. Yes. And they're talking.
Why don't they return the dog?
Because they're fighting. One wants to do it, the other one doesn't. You know what?
Oh, what's the warranty period on these fucking
There's no
animals?
warranty. They're not getting their money back. They know that.
How can they return the dog then? Tell me this.
They just take it back to the store, tie it to the rack, and walk out. That's what you know. That's what
they've done their 2,000 baht.
You know, when you say the pet store fucked them, you know, I would say the pet store is very much like the guy who sold you the JLC, the master compressor. Me taking money from them would have been like the guy who took the money for the master compressor from you.
I kind of like that master compressor, to be honest.
Yeah, no, I do too, by the way. And it won't bite. Anyway, no, they won't get their money back. There's a contract. When you buy from a pet store, they're not stupid. There's a contract. And it says you get 10 days to return a defective puppy. So if you take it to the vet says, oh, this puppy has cancer. So then you take the puppy.
But how many days have they had the puppy for then?
Listen to me. I'm telling you how the typical pet store puppy contract reads. They give you 10 days or whatever it is, very little, to take it to the vet. And if there's something wrong with it, you can exchange it. But what it doesn't say is you get your money back. It just says they'll owe you another puppy. And then what they tell you is, but we're going to take back this puppy and we're going to euthanize it. We're going to kill it. We're going to kill your puppy and we'll just give you a fresh puppy. And so 90%.
I mean, they don't tell you that.
They tell you we're going to kill the puppy. So no problem. Bring back cancer puppy. We'll kill it. And we'll just.
But is that the kindest thing for puppy? But what do you think?
No,
Maybe that's the kindest thing
for that. A lot
for
of
that.
times there's a treatment that they can do, you know, but it's expensive and people. Anyway, I'm just saying.
Hey, this is a business. They're trying to make a buck here, Mark.
The pet stores are a little bit like the watch dealers who pinch the links. You know, they pinch the links.
Yeah.
And they sell kind of like poorly bred puppies who do crazy shit like this one is. And these people are out the money, but they could be out way more money if I take their money. And I just didn't want to be the guy.
They didn't have a lot of money either, did they?
No. If they were very wealthy and they said, listen, we're willing to roll the dice because I don't care. I asked her, if you spend this money, is it going to financially damage you? I asked her that. And she said, oh, yeah. And I said, then don't do it. If she would have said, no, this is like pocket change. I'm as wealthy as, AD Never Calling, and this is nothing to me. Then I would have said, okay, well, great. Give me $4,000. We'll see how we go.
$4,000?
Mm-hmm.
So are these people working or how the fuck, why are these dumb poor people buying fucking pets when they don't even have accommodation? How do you know they're in temporary housing? Can I ask you that?
But they vomited a lot of information at me and they told me that and I felt badly for them. And
what happened? Don't they own a house or what happened to their house?
They sold the house. They sold the house.
Why?
It wasn't because they wanted to move to an area where they thought their health would improve, but it got worse. So they moved back. But they haven't bought a house yet. They're shopping for a house. They told me the price range. They're shopping for a house, and there's nothing.
What's the price range?
They're going to wind up in a mobile home.
What's the price range? Tell me the price range.
$150,000, I believe she said, and you can get quite a nice mobile home for that, but there's not much of a house.
That's not going to get you a house. Do you understand?
Well, somewhere in the hinterlands, maybe it might, but not here, not around here. And I felt bad. They drove a long way to get to me, but. They shouldn't have bought.
How did they find you? Can I ask you that? How did they find you?
I'm a little famous here, Arch.
But how did they find you? I'm asking you that.
I'm a little famous.
Yeah. Okay.
The vets. Some of the vets refer to me. I'm in bookstores. I'm on iBooks. I'm on Kindle all over the internet. You know, I'm reasonably well known.
But these people, they shouldn't have bought this dog in the first place, should they?
No, they should not. They should not. And
you know, temporary houses, you know, they don't normally let you have pets, do they? How the fuck?
Well, this one does. I felt bad for them, and I don't think they should have bought this dog, and I think they should take this dog back and not spend any more money. And I'll tell you why I say that. I'm not a guy who gives up on dogs easily, but this dog has got a serious problem, and these two have emotional problems. And so I don't think they're equipped to do what it's going to take to get this puppy better. And at best, making this puppy really, really, really better is a long-term project. It's not a quick fix. It's a project. So anyway, that was my day. And I felt, you know, kind of bad that she thought she was getting kicked out. And then I thought about it and I realized, no, she's right. I am kicking her out. I was just doing it nice.
So how did you phrase it again? What did you say exactly?
I said, we have accomplished everything we can. It's time to go. And I'll walk you to the door. She goes, but I wasn't done. I said, no, I know you're not done, but you're now repeating everything. I said, so you may not be done, but unfortunately I am. And she goes, well, did I do something wrong? I said, no. I said, I've just reached the conclusion that I cannot help you. And therefore, I think what you mostly need to do is to talk it out between the two of you. And you're fighting, you know, which means.
So why are they fighting? Because one of them loves the dog, or what's the story there?
Exactly.
They're in love with the dog, aren't they?
One of them loves the dog and gets attacked less. I don't want to say she doesn't get attacked. She just gets attacked less. The other can't stand the dog and gets attacked more, but she feels sorry for the dog, so she does try and walk it and do stuff with it. But the dog fucks her up every time she does that.
So how did they afford to pay $2,000 for this fucking?
Well, I told you they got a little bit of money in the bank, but if they do I told you she's like three bad mistakes away from home.
So that was a great idea, spending $2,500 on a fucking this sort of animal, or what?
Could you show me your watch box again while you criticize these people for making bad financial decisions?
I can sell the watch box. I can put it away. Do you understand that?
I know. Will you? You were gonna. Last time I was on this show, you were gonna. What happened?
I can sell this shit. You understand that?
Well, can and will are two different things. But listen, I can't explain human nature. I think what it is the mother wanted to do something nice for her daughter. She loves her daughter, even though they're fighting. And daughter's got anxiety and thought a puppy might be the thing to help with her anxiety, depression. And okay, people make mistakes. So it was a bad decision, I got to say. You know, but it wasn't for me to stick my finger in her nose and criticize her. It was for me to tell her what I could do to help the dog and the people.
But there's nothing you can do. They don't have any money.
No, they have enough money where if I would have told them, give me $4,000 and I'm going to fix this for sure. I got you. I'm going to fix this. They would have given me $4,000 and I would have gone straight to hell because instead what I did was I told her I would be taking $4,000 from you. And then this is what's going to happen. This is how much work you have to do to form the relationship with the puppy when the puppy goes home. And this is what you'll have to do. And she's telling me I don't want to do any of that. I'm like, well, don't.
How do you mean she doesn't want to do any of that?
She doesn't want to do the follow-up work with the dog.
Well, how can they, if they don't want to do the follow-up, the dog's not going to improve then, is it? It's going to be wasted.
Now you know why I sent them away.
These people are they passive-aggressive?
No, they weren't bad with me. They are just locked. They are in a death spiral of fighting between each other, and the dog is in the middle, and the dog is heading towards being dangerous. The dog's going to be dangerous.
The dog is going to be dangerous?
That is correct. Oh, who do we have here? Oh, it is Narcolicious.
Listen here, you wig-wearing fuck, right? Enough of your own ball washing. I can't believe you're doing your own ball washing with these fucking phony stories.
Can I just say you and I have something in common, by the way. I love your name. I
can't believe this crap. He's ball washing himself.
I love today's name.
He's fluffing himself. Get the fuck out of here with these fucking phony stories.
We have something in common.
My bullshit detector's going off here. No one ball washes you, right? Curdy doesn't got anything to do with you. So you ball wash yourself with his phony fucking stories. Get the fuck out of here.
Get the fuck out of here.
Can't believe you're teabagging yourself.
Keep going, Narc. You've got the floor. Go ahead.
And you went on and on and on. You were an embellisher. Quite good at it, I've got to admit, right?
Well, Archie wouldn't let me stop. I wanted
No, buddy. Archie's so disengaged. Mike is in his own world. They didn't care. They're not engaged enough to stop. Make it stop.
You know
Get
what?
the fuck out of here, Mark.
Hold on. What I want to say is, you are right. I would have bailed out of that
I would have taken $4,000, but I would have gone to hell. You're going to hell. You're fucking. You're married to a fucking 32-year-old. You creepy fuck.
I would have bailed
half your age.
I would have bailed out of that story about 15 minutes
Get the fuck out of here.
But he wouldn't let me.
You're lucky you're on the panel.
Super chat.
Two comatose fucks.
Super chat. Oh, and by the way, Yankee Doodle, why were you in Chicago and you didn't call me? Why?
And this fucking idiot Yankee Doodle leaves his Rolex at his fucking office, and the cleaner steals it.
We got Yankee Doodle $2.
I gotta go.
Is the reason your income is down. That's right. That's Narc, he's saying. Narc, this asshole is the reason your income is down 50%.
Mm. Well, we did just get $2 because of Narc, to be fair. Yankee Doodle.
Thank you.
But probably you would have donated $5 had he not been here.
You got the whistling again, Mike.
I just shut him down. Yeah, it is whistling, Mike. We don't know why. Don't explain it. Just fix it. We don't want the explanation. Yeah,
exactly. One thing I find with you, Mark, is you really crystallize the issue very quickly.
This is dogs. I got to tell people. Here's what I can do for you if you don't want to get the fuck out. Anyway, that was my day. Okay. It left me feeling kind of sad and slightly dirty. So I put it on an Omega to feel a little better. You know what? Honestly, let's talk about this. Let's talk. Can we talk about watches? Aside from the bracelet, the clasp is too, big. It is adjustable on the fly, which is nice. Okay. But the bracelet doesn't taper. This 5-link is a very old style. It's kind of sharp. I suspect maybe it's made in China. So I think it's kind of shit. But the watch is fucking nice. I think it's a little more, I don't know how to put it. It's a little more fun to wear than a Submariner is. It's less than half the price. What do you think?
I think it's I'll be honest with you. I actually really like this watch. For starters, Rolex would never have a white face. It's a combination that really pops. The other thing is too, I think it's modern. I remember working at a company in year 2001, and this guy, the hot guy, he had a Seamaster. And you know what? That kind of thing it's got a trendiness to it. It's not Rolex trendy, but it's Omega trendy. It's kind of, fuck Rolex. I like the bracelet. Bracelet was better than a pre-ceramic bracelet. The ceramic bracelet, I think, is better.
Everything is better than a pre-ceramic bracelet, but I'd find the bracelet is the weak point.
Now, what Mike hates about this thing is the helium escape valve. Can you explain that?
Go ahead, Mikey.
What's the third nipple? It's the second nipple on this watch.
What are your thoughts about the wart?
Unforgivable. I won't even consider ever owning one of them simply because of that.
Mikey, do you think it's possible to put a hacksaw to this and remove it, and then weld the opening shut? Spot weld it.
Sure.
Micro laser weld it. And then, and then it would just be going. Would probably be kind of easy to do for a man of your talents, and then it's gone.
Yeah, but I'm not a watchmaker. I'm not. Yeah, and I don't have access to the equipment to be able to do that kind of intricate machine work right now.
Here, you know what? Here's the deal. Here's the deal about the wart. First of all, I believe we should call this watch the AC3. And the thing about the wart is nobody likes it. Even people who like the watch, such as me, do not like this. This is stupid. But you just don't see it. When you wear the watch, by hour 2, you don't even remember that it's there. It's just visually.
That's not the only reason I hate that. I dislike that watch.
Visually disappears.
By any means.
What else? Keep going. What else you got?
I don't like the bezel. I don't like the scalloped bezel.
You know what? Okay, so
I heard it's easier to turn with gloves on. That's why they did it that way.
So
but I don't like it. Okay.
What's he talking about?
He's talking about
what does that second thing do? The second button there do? Tell me that.
Is it helium escape? You asking me?
That doesn't turn the bezel. Mikey was saying it turns the bezel.
No, he didn't say
no, not at all.
He said the scalloped bezel is theoretically supposed to be easier to manipulate in gloves, which is why they scalloped it, but I don't think so. It's just the aesthetic. Now, here's the thing. I've owned a lot of generations of this watch. This happens to be the current one, but the other ones, it was very, very hard to turn the bezel. Very hard. But they finally, with this iteration of it, they lightened it up, and this is turnable easily, or easily enough. Whereas all the prior ones, I got to tell you, it was the fatal flaw of everyone that came before it. You needed fucking pliers or gloves.
Wow.
You know,
did they change the number of clicks, like from 60 to 120?
No,
they just smoothed the action out.
Yeah, they just lightened the action up so that because the grip here is not good. Okay.
Yeah.
It's
totally
not. So it looks kind of cool, but like, look, I'm gonna manipulate it right now, and my fingers are kind of greasy because I had baby back ribs for dinner. I made them myself.
What, you had baby what? So say that again.
Ribs, baby back ribs. But so my hands, even though my hands are kind of still a little greasy from a slab of baby back ribs that I slow roasted for 3 hours, they were falling.
Ooh, were they delicious?
Falling off the bone.
Were they delicious, Mark?
Delicious, falling off the bone. Tender,
falling
sweet.
Off the boat. I thought you said falling off the boat. I couldn't quite get that.
No. They were so tender they were falling off the bone. You set the oven for 275 degrees Fahrenheit. You wrap them up in tinfoil and you slow roast them for. Mine were in for almost 4 hours. So
holy shit!
Yeah, and then by the time they were done, then you unwrap them. You top them with the barbecue sauce. You brush them with the barbecue sauce, and then you put the oven up to 500 degrees for 15 minutes, and it comes out like caramelized. Like it came out like baby back ribs creme brulee.
I see.
Yeah.
I like creme brulee.
Oh shit! Who doesn't? Anyway, here's my point. I get you about the wart, Mike, and I get you about the scallops. The wart, I don't even.
There's more. There's more.
Ooh, keep going.
But wait, there's more.
What else?
I hate the hands on that thing. Skeleton hands.
Okay, I'm with you.
I hate it. I hate the hands on that watch.
Okay, me too. I got. Okay. Yeah.
Shall I move on, or you want to comment?
Well, let me comment about the skeleton hands. So
yeah, let's do a comment, counter comment kind of thing.
So the only reason that I hate the skeleton hands is because there's barely any room for loom, and I'm a loom junkie. So one of the Seamasters I have, an old generation, it has sword hands filled with loom. Not skeleton hands. So I love those hands much better than these ones. But the bezel, of course, because it's an old watch, the bezel has the old Seamaster curse, which is you need pliers to turn the fucking bezel.
Oh, no. Okay.
Yeah. What else?
You're stuck between a rock and a hard place there.
You know, if I could only combine them. What else?
I bet you a good watchmaker might know they might shim them to, make them.
I thought of that. That.
Or he might have like one size smaller ball bearings.
Yeah.
Like one
it's
micron.
In those old, I think Rolex is one of the very few companies to use ball bearings. There's a cheaper way to do it, which is what everybody does, and it's called a spring clip, and it's under the bezel, and so it's got a little flange sticking up that catches ratchets.
Yeah. It's like a wrench.
Right. So if you take and you file that down a little teeny weeny bit, it won't have as much resistance. Or if you bend it a little. So you're right. I should probably take it to a watchmaker to see if they can lighten my bezel action, because then I would love that watch a fuckload more.
Well, I'll tell you, my Pelagos,
Mhm.
it was only 60 clicks as opposed to the 120 on my Submariner.
Best bezel. Best bezel.
But best bezel ever.
Yeah.
Hands down. I don't probably I'll never feel a bezel as sweet and perfect with as little backlash, even though the clicks were long and far apart.
Yeah, no backlash. It
was so fucking smooth.
You know, I've got multiple tutors, and they all have similar bezel action to that Pelagos, but the Pelagos is the best of them. It's like,
and I'm talking just in only the version 1 original.
Well, they're the same. I have version 2.
Well,
and it has the same bezel as one you're talking.
Yeah, the version 2 had painted, indices and stuff, and that was basically still the same watch.
Anyway, it's a perfect bezel. And you didn't mention this, but here's something really cool about it. I'm sure you remember. It sticks at 0. So it goes click, 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 but there's more resistance when it reaches the 12 o'clock position, which is when you zero out, when you zero it out or you put it to 12, there's a detent there, which is slightly deeper. So when you hit the 12, it wants to stop there.
Oh, that's funny, because my Seiko stops at 12 when I let it run down.
No, I'm talking about the bezel, not the hands.
Oh.
When you're turning the bezel, you can turn it all the way, or let's say it's at 12, and at 12 o'clock. It's straight up. When you turn it, and when it gets back to 12, it's going to stick there. And if you want it to keep going, you have to hit it with a little extra, torque.
Oh, okay, sure. You got to overshoot it a little bit and then knock it back, into a position. So there is, technically backlash. Right?
I gotta tell you this. I think aesthetically, when you think of a dive watch, right? There's a couple watches that really come to mind. I love the Submariner. I don't care. Solid gold, two-tone, steel, date, no date. It's a sub. The next piece that comes to mind is a PAM. I think the PAM is so iconic. It's individual. There's nothing like a PAM. The third piece that comes to mind is the Seamaster, because that is such an iconic thing. The interesting thing is, Marky, with the Daytona, it has it's evolved a lot. The 1970s Daytona to say now, it's like it's automatic. It used the Zenith, then they went this, they did that. It was originally a Valjoux. The one Docs collect, they have Valjoux movements. So it's very different, right? But you look at a Rolex Submariner, it's had an evolution, right? With Omega, their Speedmaster is basically the same. There has been very, very little difference there.
Fine tuning, fine tweaking.
Fine tuning, fine tweaking.
And it is the Bond watch. And it has that, it's Medas, and it now has the got the
Exactamundo.
Look at the beating heart. Would we call that a poor man's tourbillon if it's on the back? Now,
the thing you've got to realize is that with these watches here, the big thing is the value proposition. The other watch that I really like is the Breitling. I would say the Breitling Super Ocean Heritage. What other divers are there? So we got Rolex, we've got PAM, we got Omega, we got Breitling. What's another diver that is just unique? I suppose I would say Blank Pain. Blank Pain is sort of unique. Like they did invent the genre, but let's leave that as a footnote. What other pieces would you really go for there? What else is there in divers that's iconic dive?
Seiko, is pretty iconic with the tuna and
Seiko. Okay, yeah. What else? What else?
Flow Prof.
Well, that's an Omega.
Well, that's an Omega, Mikey.
Oh,
we've maybe see that you
sticking with one brand.
I think the Pro Prof. You know how you talk about sports cars, Mikey. Sports cars, Mikey. The Submariner is a sports car, whereas the Pro Prof and the Deep Sea, that's like a supercar. That's like an extreme diver. You know what I mean? It's like that new Aquaterra, you know, the deep one. That's an extreme. It's not like a sports car or a supercar. It's a hypercar. You understand what I'm saying, Marky?
I do.
What else is there iconic? Like Cartier doesn't really have a diver, do they?
They do, and I have one. You want to see it?
I've seen it. Yeah. No. You've
It's
done all you
ISO
can. No, let me just paraphrase you. You've done all you can for me today. No, thank you. Okay. It's time to leave. Okay.
Hey.
Marky.
In-house movement. ISO certified diver, double barrel, so no loss of amplitude. That's
Marky,
the.
can I tell you something? One of the most satisfying things in business is
telling people to fuck off.
no, it's turning clients down. You don't want.
Yeah, I had to do it.
No. But you know, Mark, that would have been trouble. They would have paid the money. They would be both bitching. One would be saying this. One would be saying
they would have
the other.
done anything for me.
And the problem is,
And
just
she
like
would have
you've
done
said,
anything for you.
she's not prepared to do the follow-up work. Well,
Exactly.
don't even start. If you're not going to do the follow-up work,
Don't start. You know what? She would have done anything for you. But you made a mistake, didn't you, Archie? You made a mistake.
I like to think I got a better one now. Okay.
I think you're. Yeah, but the one you lost was like she was local. She was close. She was an easier flight.
I know. She had great tits. Can I say that? Sorry.
Don't do that. I'm a spat Cabernet Sauvignon all over the keyboard.
You're having a wine. Fuck! I'd love to have a wine with you.
Well, let's wine.
Fuck this. Can I get a wine? I've only got white,
Yeah.
but
Go ahead. This is really terrible wine, and it literally has no legs.
I love terrible wine. Fuck,
This is
man.
terrible wine. This is the Winking Owl. The Winking Owl. Now, the Winking Owl is a wine that comes from. There's one leg. It's a wine that comes from Aldi. This was a $4 wine, but you know what? It's weirdly drinkable. It's sort of drinkable. Anyway, you decide about our guest, Archibald.
Fuck. You know, I just don't need the negativity. Let's get him on. Hey, Cha. What are you gonna say? Hey,
Hey, can I speak to? Is Mike on the panel? Mike the Snake?
Yeah, sure.
Hey, listen, we've had a few insurance claims come through, and when I've cross-referenced your date of birth, I think really you're too old to be driving a bike and doing U-turns. So on this occasion, we're going to have to decline your insurance claim there, okay, Mikey?
Okay, I'm sorry to hear that. Thank
Because
you very much.
it's common knowledge when you do a U-turn, you got to put your leg down there, sir. And the reports are saying that you didn't do that. You just fell over like a fucking idiot.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, thanks, man.
So moving forward, I'm going to keep giving you my sage advice. The sage advice. Sage advice.
Well,
okay?
I'm not riding anymore after I ride the bike from where it's at my brother's house back home, and then I'm listing it, and I'm retiring from riding altogether, which is kind of a big thing because I've never been without a motorcycle since I was like 13.
Mike, you're too old to be riding. You should have sold that bike years ago.
Listen,
you haven't. Wait. Hold on a minute. Hold on. I'm a man of color. You got to listen to me here, Mike.
I don't care what color you are.
He's a racist bastard.
Stop fucking muting me.
Stop it. Behave yourself.
So, Mike, listen, I think you're too old to be driving, and we can no longer insure you because you're going to put us out of business because you can't even put your leg down on a U-turn, Mike, okay?
Sure. As soon as you're done, let me know because it's going in one ear and out the other.
Okay, I'm not quite done yet. I'm not quite done. With. Hey, and also, Mike, as part of the insurance package, you said you were going to get me one of those vases. But where is mine?
Send money first.
I've already done that.
No,
But I think I sent it to watch Nicholas. No, wait. Mikey, wait. I sent it to watch Nicholas, but I think he's holding the money. Has he sent it on to you yet?
Man, you have to check with him.
No, I'm checking with you. You're the go-between man. The go-between man with no legs to put his leg down on the U-turn.
I'm the producer. I'm the maker. I'm the creator. I'm not the go-between man. What
No,
the fuck are you talking about?
You're not the creator. You don't even put your leg down, man.
I'm the producer. I'm the maker. I'm the creator. Thus saith the Lord.
Listen, this is. I'm not. You need to
spit it out. Stop stuttering. Stop stuttering.
Mikey, you want advice on how to handle this guy?
Yes, please.
Stop talking.
You fucking cuck. You need Mark's advice?
Just stop talking and let him. He'll wind himself up. He'll have nowhere to go, and then he has no foil to go against.
You know how to do it. Marky's, you've had the best customers. You are the most intuitive. I got to tell you, Marky, I actually respect you. Sometimes you got to know which customers to walk away from. You know what I mean?
You got to know when to hold them. You got to know when to fold them.
You got to know when to put your leg down when doing a fucking U-turn.
You got to know when to walk away. You got to know when to run.
Hey, Mike, open your eyes, man. You look like you're sleeping. Is that what happened when you did the U-turn?
Yeah, yep, exactly. I fell asleep momentarily. Just at the same moment, the bike stalled and I
Mikey,
flopped over.
Would you read?
It all happened in an instant.
Mikey, read this comment for me.
Put the leg down, man.
Stop bullying Mikey, HR cunt.
There we go.
Whatever, dude. I'm just not buying into your game.
Yeah, whatever, man. Whatever, man. But you got to put the leg down, Mikey. You know this?
Of course I know this.
Listen, Mikey, when I did my CBT, my back training for a 125 Honda PCX, even then they said, if you're going to do a U-turn, you got to do it.
125, really? Why'd you buy a girl bike?
Because I didn't want to get a full license. This is when I was at college there, Mark.
Did it have sissy bars? Did you put little pink ribbons on it?
No, but I did have the Italian job helmet with no visor. The little pizza delivery hat.
You rebel.
Painted in rainbow colors. Was it pink?
No, it was a gray, but I never fell off it, Mark.
I see. Well, it's not easy getting older. Let me tell you what. Take it from me. I'm older. And not easy.
And to top it all off, shit happens. And,
top it off, man.
Yeah, I'm retiring from writing. What more can I do or say? And so, therefore, everybody shut the fuck up over it. Okay?
Can you open your eyes, Mike? Open your eyes. I'm talking to you, man.
I got to tell you something.
I was talking at you. Excuse me.
Well, you had your eyes shut. How do I know you're talking to me, man?
I close my eyes when I talk, apparently.
Archie,
why are you doing that?
Archie, would this be a good time for a Breguet commercial or Baby Cow? I feel like we could lift the whole show up.
I actually, you know what? I honestly do think. Here we go. There we go, and he's gone. Can you believe that? He's gone. Look at that, Mark.
Well,
Mark,
you know what? You drove him away. It's perfect.
Time with him is up. Oh, that's such a shame.
Now I need opinions, advice.
I'm just cleaning
counsel.
my monitor after having him on the screen. I got to clean with alcohol wipes
Do you
my
feel
monitor.
dirty? Do you feel dirty?
I just feel dirty, Marky.
Well,
I
between
feel dirty.
HR took off after Mike, and Narc took off after me. So it has been. It is a hard panel to be on, isn't it, Mikey?
Oh, at times. Yeah.
Can be.
Yeah. Actually, yes.
There you go. Well, look, I need
Very
advice.
much so.
I need advice. I have accidentally committed to about $20,000 in watch purchases at a time when I probably shouldn't be spending a lot of money. Business
The economy's gone fucked, Mark. You understand that?
Well, let's just say it's uncertain. I'm working. I have work.
You got to pay it off, Mark. You're in your twilight years. No offense.
Well, let's call it. Can we please call it the second half? You know, like the third quarter. Do we have to call it the twilight? Like the light is at the end of the tunnel, and I can see it coming toward me rapidly.
An express train out of hell.
Oh, we have another guest, Archibald. It's the Combs.
Oh my God! It's Dubs.
Dubs.
Hey, Dubs. What's going on, Dubs? Dubs.
It's hard, Arch. It's hard. It's hard, Arch. You know, it's hard. It's hard.
What's happened? I'll tell you what's
Mikey,
hard. Is the fact
Mikey,
you have been spending the money.
It's hard, Arch. You know, it's hard.
The community, man. If they, one thing you must realize is I always did what the community wanted. If they wanted
The
me,
community. The
but
community.
you just spent it. What happened to that money? Are they going to get value?
I gave it to Eddie.
You didn't give all of it to Eddie.
No. He sent me, I want to say something, right? He sent me an email last night.
Who's that?
Eddie. A very heartfelt email. He said he enjoyed his time talking to me and everyone else. He wants to move on and, you know, get a job and, you know,
He's
get
got
on with
no
his
hope of
life.
getting a job. I want a fucking Bentley. It ain't fucking happening, T-Dubs. A lot of things I
know.
want to do.
Well, at least he's
done
having a go, Arch. He's having a go. He's not out there, you know, breaking the law, breaking the law, breaking the law, breaking the law.
Yeah.
He's trying to walk the straight and narrow, Arch. He's trying to walk the straight and narrow. You know, he's trying to walk the straight and narrow.
Is it? Why do Australians always repeat things? Repeat things.
Repeat things.
Straight
And
right now.
condolences, Arch. The Curly lost his mum. We found out. So condolences to the
That
Curly.
is actually really sad. He loved his mum. You know that one thing about Curly you must understand is family was very important to him.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Yeah.
I'm so lucky. I'm getting along in the tooth, and I still have both my parents. Very, very lucky.
Hey, Mikey. Hey,
Long in the
Mikey.
tooth. Long in the
Mikey,
tooth.
you've been living in my basement for years, and you haven't given me any rent. When are you gonna pay? When are you gonna pay? I can't afford anything.
Checks in the mail.
Well, I don't do banking. You need to give me cash, Michael. I need more commitment.
I did a perfect stamp today. Look at that.
Yeah.
Is that perfect?
I'll send the money to
job.
Archie. I'll send the money to Archie, and Archie can put it in an envelope like this, sealed.
Oh, you got the seal, Arch. You got the official seal, the P seal. PT. Pontiff seal, the Pontiff seal. Lovely.
Mikey, you've even got lodgers with you, and you're still not paying me a fucking buck. Why is that?
Yeah, who do we have?
We got Pastor. Hey, Pastor.
Pastor.
Hey, Archie, how are you?
Hey, man, we're fantastic. What's going on?
Mark, I just wanted to talk to Mark for a second. Mark, I want to defend Omega for just a bit.
I love Omega. I've got two.
No, I know.
I love Omega.
Hold
too.
on, you, especially you too, Mike. I love the bracelet that it doesn't taper. I know there's a lot of criticism about that.
Yeah, it's true.
Well, for example, the Man on the Moon watch. I'm selling it again for the third or fourth time. I think the fourth time now, because I don't like the taper of the bracelet.
Really?
Mike, I love the skeleton hands on the Omega. Now, you can talk about the escape valve. I agree. It's not the best thing in the world. The wart is kind of okay. It's not the best decision.
It's iconic. Omega has done it for so long. You know that?
I agree. And that's why I do not have some of my Rolex watches anymore. I have my Omega watches just because I think they're
the pre-bonds bracelet tape.
Shut up, T-Dubs.
The pre-bond bracelet tapered pasta.
Jackass.
I have one of them.
You're good. Good. Go away. So it's I love the Omegas. Best bang for the buck. I
can't argue with you. I think next to listen, my taste goes Rolex, Omega, Breitling.
Okay, you know what? I agree. I would be right there with you. Yeah,
but you know what?
Rolex, Omega, and Cartier.
Well, Mike, that's hard for you to say after you said you just trashed Omega pretty bad about the skeleton hands and everything.
No, that's just that particular model, the Seamaster, because it's a super hyped model.
Because you love the Speedmaster.
It's kind of like their go-to, like the Submariner is Rolex's kind of go-to, right?
Fair enough.
It's their equivalent dive watch. If somebody's looking for the equivalency from a different company, I much prefer the Seamaster 300 Heritage model.
I got you.
It's a
listen. You get a Planet
watch.
Ocean. You get a Planet Ocean, and it has a normal escapement valve on it. You know what I mean? So, but now they're a little bit bulky. But I love the bulkiness of it. I have a little bit bigger wrist than normal.
Is that the watch that's like 47?
They're heavy,
48?
Mark. You're right. They're heavy. They are heavy. But do you really notice that if you're wearing it for a certain amount of time? It's a watch. I don't know.
That's cool.
I like two-door, but the thing
wait, whoa. Did you just say two-door?
Yes.
It's like a two-door car?
Yep, exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
Because it's almost like they have some great models. I get it. The Pelagos is awesome. Whatever. Mm-hmm. The problem I have, though, is it always seems like it's second best to the Rolex brand that you're trying to get that you couldn't get, so you bought it for two-door instead.
Well, that's exactly why Tudors was incepted and why it was
okay, but that wasn't the original idea of Rolex. Rolex was the working man's watch at one time. It was.
Yeah, but they were the tool watch, and they were relatively cheap, but now
Rolex was what? Say that again. Rolex was what?
Rolex was relatively cheap compared to where they are now, and they were like a fine.
They were always expensive. Rolex was always expensive.
They were always expensive, but it seems like this pay scale is way out of hand now compared to what Mark is saying. Yeah,
they've moved from an expensive instrument up to the extreme luxury category.
Yes.
Like listen. In 1985, you could buy a sub for somewhere around like $800-900
and get a discount, 5% maybe if you're
right.
lucky.
But let's just take that. If we took $800 in 1980 and we say, what is that worth today? It's not $12,000.
Right.
It's not. It's more, but it's not that much more. So they've just moved it steadily up market because Rolex wants to be Patek and Tudor. They're going to make into Rolex. That's the direction here.
Gotcha. No, I agree. I agree. Is that the correct way? It's whether it is or not.
It's working. You know what? Listen, it just depends on what your perspective is. From the Rolex point of view, they want to make the maximum dollar value they humanly can, and they're doing it. Tudor was the third best-selling Swiss brand for several years in a row, and then this year they just fell to fourth best. So they're selling like, I don't know, 300,000 units a year, which is
incredible, and some of the models they have are really nice. They're very nice models. So
true. And I just committed to buying one. I want the one that I call the tampon. What do you think?
I don't know. That's too.
I don't know if that's
too much information. I don't know.
They're calling it the Red Hulk. I've heard that.
No, it's too red for me. It's too. I like the pink one that they have.
Can I just say it's a little ironic that you say it's too red for you, considering Just saying a little odd, but okay. Let's go.
It's too blood red, dude. It's too much. It's too much.
Let's look
red.
at you again. Yes. Wait. So I committed to buying that. I don't know what that is, around 5,000 ish.
Which is not a bad price.
No, I mean, and I don't own a Black Bay 58. I own a Black Bay Burgundy, but that's 42. The smiley face, the old.
Nice. I think the Black Bay Burgundy is nicer than this red one that they came out with.
I'll let you know.
Yeah, maybe in person it looks a lot, because again, you see something in person compared to watching it online. It's completely different.
But I mean, I love a sunburst dial.
Yeah,
I love outrageous stuff. It's why I really like my Hulk, because it's kind of in your face, and the gold sub because of that blue sunray dial. I just like outrageous. I'm
not into gold, but I love the Hulk. I think the Hulk is that is an awesome one.
The Hulk gets a lot of attention when but yeah. Anyway, so that and my next purchase, sooner or later they're going to get me a land dweller, I think, if they can. But I think the rumor has it from a lot of sources, including what I can garner from the AD. The land dweller is not going to be the new date just, where give them a couple of minutes, a few months, and they'll flood the ADs with them.
Yeah, the market, right?
Yeah, no, I think they're kind of holding back on that. I think they're going to maintain low production numbers, and therefore it's going to be stupidly hard to get, which makes sense because the movement it's a proprietary movement, which is different and made of different material than any other movement they make, and it's unique only to that model. So I think they're not that they're having production issues, but I think that was released and destined to be sort of like an unspoken special edition. So I think it's going to be very, very hard to get.
Yeah, true. I agree.
I got to tell you something for sure is that, I want to say this to you. I wish you guys, Pastor, why don't you fucking become a Breguet man? You're the sort of man we need.
Misery loves company.
I could sell everything as long as I can keep these 3 Breguets.
Well, there you go.
Do you know what a beta watch for a Breguet man is? What's a beta watch?
Type 20.
Oh, boy. I don't
Amiga
know.
Speedmaster, because it's owned by Swatch Group.
Well, that's true too. Yeah.
You know why he wants you to buy a Breguet? Because misery loves company.
Oh, sure. I don't want to be that broke.
Exactly.
Breguet is such a cool.
I have Omegas and I'm not that poor.
No, I'm not a real. How many times Neil and Bob is Clyde Anderson, and Clyde, how many times have I told you that I'm not a watch collector? I'm a horologist. And why aren't you on this panel? Get here.
You're not a collector. You just like the watches that you like. And
I like the hype watches. I like what you know. What I like. I like what you can't get. That's what I like. I like what the next guy can't get. That's all. Clyde, we're giving you the link. The link. Get on here. Neil and Bob. Also, Mike Hawk.
All right, guys. That's what I had to say about my defense about Omega. But I love you guys. Have a good night.
Thank you for coming and for your emotionally,
my charge rant.
for that outpouring of emotion that was completely unsolicited. But we're glad to know that you have feelings for us.
See you guys. Have a good night.
See you, man. Goodbye. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, Pasta. That was the one, the only, the famous Pasta.
Pasta is fantastic.
It is. That's right.
I gotta say something seriously. With the Omegas themselves, there, like, you must admit, out of all the iconic divers, Rolex sub, and I'm not talking extreme diver. We're not talking pro prop. We're talking divers, right? I want a diver that you can wear, not just when you got a fucking helmet on. Submariner, Panerai.
Panerai is like not
Omega.
Omega is second. Panerai is like 4th.
Breitling, Super Ocean Heritage, and the Blank Pane. 5. I think
Breitling comes before. Come on, Breitling comes before Panerai.
No, Pam is so special. No, because it's in the modern age. When you think of a diver, Pam is the ultimate dive watch.
There's just not that many Panaristi out there.
Man, there sure used to be. Remember in the olden days,
People got out of them because of all those
back
fakes
when
and
Jed shot the ground and oil sprung out and the Beverly Hillbillies was formed.
they don't hold their value. They're super fake. I don't know why. They're just not that popular anymore. Kenny Nguyen from Jewelers on Time, you can keep having your $5,000. He used to own right around 100 Panerai in his personal collection. I think the actual number was like 80. And at one point he decided the brand was over and he sold all of them, every single one. And now he owns a bunch of Pateks and Rolex.
Yeah, it's kind of sad that it's very sad. I got to tell you something, Mark. What I find really sad is that you used to look at Kenny's. He had that briefcase full of watches.
Yeah, it was all Panerai, remember?
And you were envious. Now you just have pity and loathing.
Why? Because he's not a sponsor?
No, because they're just not in anymore. You think, oh, this poor bastard. He bought all these things. And
wait, you're talking about Panerai? He doesn't own it.
Yeah. No, I know, but you know what I'm saying. Like Pam really. That was the first collectible. Like you think about it in recent years, right? Watch collecting. That's really. It started off mid-90s with the internet. You know what did it? It was Windows 95 because you could get onto the internet, and then you realized there were communities of watch collectors.
Do you remember Prodigy? Any of the Americans in the comments remember Prodigy? Because Prodigy came before AOL, America Online. It was before Yahoo even. Prodigy. And it was
Ryan Hoffery, Land Dweller, is going to be as hard, probably harder to get as, but I don't even want one. Do you honestly want a Land Dweller?
Of course I do. I've already put in for it. And the reason I want it is because it's going to be hard to get, probably harder as a Nautilus. And I think he's probably right. So of course I want it. Because as Neil and Bob or whoever Clyde is today says, I'm a hype watch guy. I'm not a real collector. I mean, he's a real collector. He collects these like 33 millimeter watches with water corrosion on them that have been in the coffin. I don't. If that's collecting, y'all can keep it. I like robust stuff that's waterproof that I can, garden in, that I can use my chainsaw in, that I can train dogs in.
I like chainsaws.
I've got 2 of them. No, 3.
Mikey told me how to start the fucking thing.
Well, you know what? I have one that's 2-stroke, but my other 2 are
2-stroke, don't smoke. Remember that guy? 2-stroke, don't smoke.
But then I have a couple of electric ones, which I like a little better because, they're just easier to maintain. Yes. Yep.
2-stroke, don't smoke. 2-stroke, remember that 2-stroke?
Prodigy was my dial-up for years. Well, I probably, that's pasta talking. I had it for, I probably had it for a couple of years, but then AOL came out. And remember, they used to constantly mail you free discs, free CDs and Earthlink.
Yes, I remember that, man. Oh, shit, man. I remember those days. Remember that?
Corrado, the reason I dog electric cars is because I don't know how to deal with them. I mean, there's gas stations everywhere. I don't know where the fuck to recharge a car. That's all. I have range anxiety. That's why.
Range anxiety.
Yes, exactly. I know I can drive anywhere in North America, and I'm never more than 5 minutes away from it. Except for actually in the Mojave Desert, there's this one part of California where you come upon a sign that says last gas station for 150 miles. And then there's this long stretch through the California desert. Long stretch where you do not want to run out of gas.
I just put my name onto a little. I put my name there onto a little Randell. I got to tell you.
Let's have a look.
No, I got my phone number there.
Well, I see.
Let me tell you something, Marky.
Mm-hmm.
Marky and Mikey, I want to say something to you guys. The business is dying. Okay, I'm sorry to tell you this. It is dying. We are dying. It's dying.
Hey, we've had 4 super chats in 1 hour and 24 minutes. Guys, could we get a 5th one? Like maybe, please. Because, please.
Yeah.
It's a little sad. It's a little
The
sad.
business, it's what's we got? We've got 5 plus 4. So that's 10, $14 for the night. Fuck.
It's a little tough. What do we have to do to entice Bear to do a quick a quick cameo?
He doesn't come anymore because even his magic doesn't work. You know that?
Well, I'm glad it's not me. I was afraid it was me. I thought, did I?
No. He loves you.
Am I the?
He loves you. Since you guys turned on me, he loves you.
Well, good. It's like, you know what? I really want to call you fuckface, but I just can't do it. He's so good at it.
No. It was a terrible situation, but I got to tell you something, Marky.
Yes. Do tell.
Life is not always fair or easy. Remember
Did I have
that.
committed to $20,000 worth of watches, provided they get me a land dweller? Am I going to regret it?
Oh, what watches did you commit to?
The tampon, which is the red Tudor.
Oh, that's a nice. I like that.
No, I like it too. That's why I've asked for it. They've said the next one in will be mine, and I won't hold them to that. But they'll get.
How
me.
long before you get a land dweller? More to the point.
Well, they can't tell me that. They don't know. They have only seen. They haven't seen one yet. I don't think they saw one yet.
Oh, okay.
I can't remember if they told me they've seen one or none, because I got confused between the Tudor that I'm asking for. They haven't seen much of that either. I think the Tudor. Okay, here's the deal. The red Tudor, they've seen one. It was immediately sold. A land dweller they haven't seen yet. So, and I'm sure there's a number of ADs that have not seen a land dweller yet. But eventually, hopefully, they will. And there will be a long line, and I doubt I have no reason to believe I'll get their first one. I'm sure they have some customers that they have to service ahead of yours truly. But, they got me a Panda. That gives me hope. They got me a Panda. That's a very, very hard. That's a very hard get. And I'll tell you what, when they sell me that land dweller, I might just sell them the Panda back, Archie.
No, they'd be an idiot.
I might do it though.
Mark,
I might do it.
Why would you be so stupid?
Because I wore the Panda yesterday.
No, but you can sell it and make money, Marky.
No, I know. In other words,
fuck me, Dad. You can help that idiot with that stupid fucking dog. You know what you should do, Marky? Why don't you set up a charity?
A GoFundMe for my
No, I'm serious.
Yeah.
Like, set up a charity.
For what?
That helps people who have dogs, but they have limited funds.
Well, sometimes I do pro bono work, and I've written a lot of books.
What made you not give these people pro bono and tell them and think our time is finished and here's the book?
I felt sorry for them.
Now, what made you fuck them off quickly?
I mean, I gave them a half an hour, but they wanted probably another hour on top of that. A half an hour was enough.
They weren't even going to pay.
I know, and I gave them a half an hour and a lot of concrete suggestions, and most of which they
weren't listening, Mark.
That's why I said our time is finished.
They weren't listening.
No, they weren't, and it wasn't. It was because they were just in an emotional tornado.
Did you tell them take the dog back?
No, it's not my place. I said that's an option, and I won't feel you're bad people if you do it. But if you want to keep them, here's what you need to do. Does that make sense?
Super poor people should not have pets. Can I say that?
I don't make decisions for people.
We got a super chat in here.
Do we? No, we don't.
Pickled pickle, $2. AC3. Please pick your favorite Hasselblad camera.
Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot that one.
Yes, this is our good friend Tusa. Tusa's asking. Look, I'm not an expert in medium format cameras, but I got Hasselblad was always the best. They were a big, chunky monkey. They were chunky fucking monkey because they are what they call a medium format camera. Okay, so most cameras these days are what they call, like most SLR. This is the amazing thing. Do you realize the wagon, the horse and buggy, relates to the space race? Like, do you realize the reason why roads are the way they are was because horse and buggies? It's all based on size from that time period. And the honest truth is, same as cameras. Like, digital cameras have got nothing to do with film, but the self-loading reflex camera, that's where the mirror goes click, 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 click. That's that noise.
SLR, single lens reflex.
Single lens, self-loading rifle. And DSLR is digital. Obviously, they don't. So what happens is, that camera relates to 35mm. That used to be the standard film everybody used. Well, when it came to cameras, Hasselblad was what they call medium format. And you say, well, what's a big format? Big format camera is the size of a phone booth, and they use it to take photos of the galaxy. That's a big format. But medium format is sort of the largest commercial camera you can buy. And the reason Hasselblads are so big is because the sensor is bigger. Okay, so now the downside is that they're not as mobile. They're not as mobile.
Guys, we were talking about the Hubble telescope camera in a relaxed format. If you've just joined,
so let's just have a look here. So let's have a look. I'm not an expert in Hasselblad itself there, but if we go to the...
What about Hasselhoff? What is your favorite
Hasselblad? Let's go and have a look at Hasselblad cameras. They have some amazing... They've got amazing... here's a... What sort of lens? So the thing is with these cameras here, they are not... How much is this camera? Let's have a look how much this fucking... That's not bad. That lens is $6,000. Fuck, that's... How much?
Can you name a David Hasselhoff song?
You know, he's actually famous in Germany as a singer.
Yes, actually, he's most famous for being famous in Germany.
Now, Hasselblad itself, medium format cameras. I got to tell you something. I don't know a lot. Now this camera here. Look at this here. That's not expensive. 8,000, 15,000, 6,000. Geez, they're not as expensive. Okay, that's still a lot of money. Don't get me wrong. What is this camera here? The Explorer kit. Look at this. I don't know much about their current range there. What sort of... This is medium format, I think. Oh, that's the lenses that go with it. Fuck. Okay. Fuck. They got some nice Hasselblad. This is probably one of the best brands of camera. One of the best. 14,000. That's not it's sold out. But how the fuck do you get one if it's sold out? I don't understand it. This sort of business. What are these dicks doing? That'd be US dollars as well. There you go. Hasselblad. What's your favorite? I'd take any. I'd like to play around. I like playing with cameras and lenses and lighting and shit like that. I like that sort of stuff. The thing about photography is it's all just playing with the light is a big part. Medium squeeze, NATO. There we go. I want to say something to you, Marky.
Mm-hmm.
Would you sell your watches if you had financial troubles?
Of course, it'd be the first thing to go. Absolutely.
You say that when you just hang on. I was going to say goodbye to someone.
I wouldn't even think twice. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye. And he's off, ladies and gentlemen. Would I sell my watches if I had trouble? Well, what else would you sell? I don't have expensive. If I had a bunch of guns, I mean, I have a couple, but not expensive ones. But I mean, if I had a big gun collection and I could convert that to cash, sure. You do what you got to do when you got problems. What you don't do is what he did, which is borrow on the equity of your house. That is a no, as far as I'm concerned. No. I mean, you can live. I mean, I think he could live without watches, but it's a little hard to live without a house. But you never know.
It's hard to live without what?
I said you weren't meant to hear that. That was between me and the audience.
Okay, that's okay. We can keep it private. I want to show you something, Marky.
No,
Seriously. Oh, we got super chat. CB, $5. The best diver is the pro prof. Yeah, but that's CB. Hang on a minute. We were talking
diving.
Diver. That's an extreme diver. Like extreme diver, I would say deep sea. I would say pro prof. I would also say the new Aquaterra. You know that they're divers. That's another
Challenger. The
Challenger. I'd also say extreme divers. You know those oil-filled watches? Have you seen those oil-filled? They go really deep.
True.
Marky.
Tell me.
Is it over being a Breguet man? Tell me.
Did it ever start? Was that ever a thing? Has it stuck? I mean, has the Breguet thing really turned the tide for the channel? I don't know. Let's look how many super chats we have tonight.
Mark,
this might not be the thing. Listen,
the other thing that's not working is, I give life advice. Do you need life advice, relationship advice, career advice, life advice? You know something, Marky?
$50 per hour, and Archie is all yours. By Zoom, telephone, FaceTime.
I'm going to have some liqueur. I've only got liqueur.
Oh, you've only got liqueur. What happened to the liquor?
Fucking bitch!
Sometimes you got to run it under hot water.
I just want to say to you, Marky.
Yes, what do you want to say to me?
What I want to say to you is, I think the business... Oh, fuck! I nearly dropped the bottle. The business is over, Mark. It's not a business anymore. It's a hobby.
Maybe we need to shift back to Rolex. I think things were going better when we had Rolex. Remember, you used to say Rolex. The only thing that matters, Rolex. Do you remember saying the only thing that matters is Rolex? I mean, there were super chats back then. Could it be the switching in brands, the diversifying the audience, the splitting off into these obscure brands? I mean, even Paddock is sort of, everybody can get not everybody, but like you can get a Rolex. You can save, you can scrimp, you can get a bonus, you can do what you got to do. You can get a Rolex. But
we got Black Cat.
Super chat.
Black Cat 997, $10.
Oh, he's so
free
right.
watch collection. Speed Timer,
Speedmaster,
Submariner, and one Breguet.
He's right. Do that.
Yes.
But you won't do it, will you? You say yes, but what you really mean is no. Am I right? Be honest. I'm asking you a direct question, Archibald. I require an answer. I'm going to hold you to this. You said yes, but you really mean no. Correct? Stop fucking around and answer the question. Yes or no?
I'm going to list everything for sale in the next couple of weeks.
You just started this entire stream by saying...
There's only 4 watches I'm not going to sell. The Speedmaster and the 3 Bregs.
Would you write it down, please? And then I want the wax seal on there to prove that it was you that said it. Go ahead, get a piece of paper. Get one of those cards that you're famous for. Get a card.
Yeah, no, I would sell...
Let's write it down. Write it down. And then
everything except for the Bregs and the Speedy.
Can you write that down on a card and then put the wax seal on there?
I don't even need Rolex.
Yeah, let's. I want you to get a nice card and your best fountain pen. And I'm going to walk you through a process here. What pen do you want? Let's start with the pen. What pen do you want to write with?
I got a Parker Duofold.
Great. Has it got ink in it?
Yes, it does. It's inked.
All right, so it's inked and ready to go. What card do you have handy? You have a nice little greeting card of some kind?
Yeah.
Okay, get the card. Show us the card. Just hold it up to the camera so we can see the card. We saw the pen. Let's see the card.
What are you saying I should do? Oh, look, we got Rolex joining us. He's coming on. Hello, we love you, man.
Saved by the Rolex.
Hello. Hello, Mark.
Rolex, he does not want to write down that he pledges to sell everything but, and then list the couple that he's keeping. He won't do it.
You need to do it, Arch. You got to sell everything. Sell it all.
Why you say that?
You know you need to, or you want to.
I was going to
dictate. I don't know what I want anymore.
Listen, it's very simple what you really need to keep. And Mark, you give me your opinion on this. I think you should keep the Speedmaster, the Explorer 2, and the World Time, and that's it. Sell everything else.
Why the Explorer 2 versus the Bluesy?
Because he doesn't have the box and card for the Explorer 2. He's going to get fleeced on that.
You don't really wear the box.
Yeah. He's going to get fleeced on that, though.
I mean, he bought it. He must have bought it cheap because he bought it with no box and papers. So you buy it naked, you get a discount, which you can then,
No, it had box and papers. Archie didn't have box and papers.
What's that?
Originally? When you bought the Explorer 2, it originally had box and papers.
Correct.
How about the sub? Is the Bluesy?
But the papers were stolen. The box and papers were stolen in the burglary.
Exactly. So if he sells it now, Mark, he's going to take a big loss on it.
They won't give you a new card.
No, he has to send it in for servicing, and that's $700.
Service papers.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, all right, fine. No. Keep the Speedy, yes. Keep the World Time, yes. So 2 out of 3 we agree on.
Yeah.
Just that Explorer 2 is his third watch. I don't think he loves it. I think he needs to keep a Breguet because he's a Breguet man.
What does a Breguet man mean? Archie, what makes a Breguet man?
Man who owns a Breguet. But actually, I'm glad you asked that, Archie. Where's the Breguet commercial with the guy in the white linen suit that really explains what is a Breguet man? And remember, Rolex, you asked for it.
Let me hear it.
Gotta find it. Here we go.
So Rolex, surely you understand now after watching that.
No, I don't.
Wait,
you still don't get it.
Wait. A Breguet man is suave, debonair, well-to-do, and sophisticated. And that was
wait.
Wait.
I love the ass man. Oh, I'm happy with the ass man. So the Breguet man walks like Benny Hill.
A little.
Front jacket button fighting for his dear life.
Do you know he does walk like he's got a load in his pants?
Drives someone else's Bentley. Has a hairlock and lives in a fold-out bed.
You got a point.
Is that the Breguet man?
Yeah,
Alex, I love you, buddy. I don't understand the hate. Why is John C? Why is John C in the chat going after you?
Super chat.
Dude, John C. Go look at his chat history. It is 100% me. It's just all me for the past
Will
5
Money,
years.
$2. Keep the Bluesy, the Speedy, the X2, and Bregay 7147.
Yes, I love Will Money. Wait. But hey, 1 sec. Why is he going after you, Lolix? What have you done?
I've done.
Lolix.
Earth, Lolex, what happened to your audio?
What's with the Lolix's avatar?
Oh, wait a minute. Did you do something to his? Let me look at your mic settings. No, you're all good. What happened, Lolex? Where are you? Where are you? Okay, we don't know. He'll be back.
See,
Wait, and he's
Hello. Can you hear me?
back.
Lolix. Hey, Lolix. Look, what's with your fucking avatar? The philosophical pose. You're hiding your weak chin. You're hiding your weak chin.
I'm just
Get the fuck
thinking.
out.
What's with your avatar bullshit detector? Where's your camera?
I love
Lolix.
Narc is grade A talent. Narc is grade A talent.
I love
Well,
Lolix. I don't
I
understand the
love
hate.
Narc.
Maybe in
All
the
jokes
chat
aside,
still.
Lolix. I don't understand the hate.
I don't understand it either. It all stems from Archie here.
What's John C's alt account?
I don't. John C is definitely someone else, but I really don't care. I was just messing around with him today, but it all stems from Archie and his hateful ways.
As soon as you pop on in the chat, he pops out of nowhere.
I know, it's very interesting. I think it's Mike the Snake's alt account. Mike, stop lying.
Okay.
Hey,
I'm just kidding, Mikey. Oh man.
You know, Lolex, don't deflect onto Mikey when Narc is attacking you.
No, I love
No,
Lolix.
Mark's
I
not
love
attacking
Dr.
me.
Snake.
I love Narc. Narc is great. Narc is grade A talent.
I love Narc like a sore tooth.
You know he's going after. You know he's married to a 32-year-old, half his age. Is that creepy?
He would be so happy that you called him.
Lolix, is that creepy?
He
What,
would be
Mark?
happy.
Not at all.
Mark is not
Goldberg.
creepy.
I mean,
Mark is not creepy.
you're just mad that you don't have a trophy wife.
Oh, I'd buy your headpiece. I love his headpiece.
Thank you.
I love your headpiece.
You know what I love about you?
Nothing.
No, I love your laugh.
Did you hear him later early on? Ball washing himself with his own embellishing stories.
I love your dastardly. Could you do a laugh for us, Narc? Go ahead.
I love Lolix. I just want to come on and say hello to Lolix. That's it. See you later.
I love Narc. I love Narc. Bye, Narc.
Bye.
Narc is awesome.
And he's gone. He's awesome in the same way.
Alex, I want to ask you something. Why has my business gone down the shitter? What's the problem?
It's because he asks the same questions every day, Arch. Do you guys like Bregay? What do you think about my Bregay? I love Bregay.
Oh, you don't forget why is my business going down, because that has become a recurring theme.
Exactly, Arch. You gotta mix it up. You know, in reality, what you need to be doing is you need to sell these watches to buy more watches. That's the channel.
Different watches. Different.
Yeah, that's the channel. People want to see you buying watches. So you got to recycle through your pieces.
Exactly.
Am I wrong? Goldberg, do you agree?
I do. Actually, I think this this collection needs to be decimated.
Oh, 100%.
Although decimated really means only 1 out of 10 must go. But I think it needs something more severe than that.
But the problem is that it's so when you build a collection as big as his, it's so hard to sell pieces. Do you know what I mean? Like he can't to get rid of all 10 that's going to take months for him to do. And he's got to ship them.
No
He's got to
time
wait for
like
the money to
that.
come in.
Yes, but think about all the stories they'll have about people trying to grind him down on price. Because
the content alone would be amazing.
Precisely.
Yeah. Are you listening to this, Arch? Are you writing it down?
Yeah, I'm writing it down.
Okay, write it down, Arch.
I want to see the pen, the card, and I want you to promise in writing that you're going to sell watches, and then I want you stamping it with your stamp of your seal.
I think realistically, I could stay with 3 Bregays and a Speedy, because the Speedy was a gift, and also it's a beta from the Bregay man point of view because it's owned by Swatch Group.
Write it down.
No, that's what I 100% agree with you there.
Right.
Paddock, you know the Paddock. I'm actually happy to sell the Paddock if I can get big bucks. Big bucks.
Yeah, I'd like to see. I mean, people have been saying it now for fucking months, but I'd love to see Archie step up into a higher tier Patek.
But I want to get rid of debt. I want to get rid of debt. Fuck me,
No,
debt.
you could get out of debt by just putting out more content, and you know that. Get more super chats. Get more videos out. And the only way you're going to do that is by recycling your collection.
The business is dying. Do you understand?
It's not
that?
dying. There's people making money still in this space.
Like who?
Now, Lolex, are you willing to be
Who's
Archie's
making
financial
money? Tell me
consultant?
this.
Give me their numbers right now. Or what was that, Mark?
I said, are you willing to be Archie's financial consultant and help him revamp this channel?
Oh my God, that'd be a full-time job, but I think I could help Arch. I think I could.
Let's do it. Let's do
I
it.
mean, it takes some Archie, you got to pump out the videos. You got to put out more stuff.
The vids.
Got to pump the vids, Arch.
To give you an idea how bad it is, Tim for the last week has raised 443 Aussie. That's 300
He's
US.
been on vacation for like 8 days. What are you talking about? He hasn't even been online. He's gone.
What? He's finished? No more.
No. I think he's on vacation. I think he's taking time off. Tim does very well for himself. Everyone in this space is doing okay. They're still making a living. You just need to stop asking people about bregues. You know?
I love Breguet. You understand that or
Okay.
not?
Yeah, I get it. We all get it. You love breguet. We all know, Arch.
I'm a Breguet man. You understand
Okay,
that?
all right. Well, then get different breguets. Get new breguets.
You know what's going to happen? I know Archie, and he's got about another 30 seconds worth of this in him, and then he's going to break. He's going to get angry, and he's going to start yelling.
Oh, he's going to go to breguet. Well, anyways, wanted to come on here, Arch, because I still love you. Maybe the hate is one
How come
way,
you keep
but
having
I
to go
still
at
love
me then in private?
Because
Why
you bitch, you got at me for years. I can't just joke around with you a little bit and then you just flip out.
Yeah, I just
Come
it's just
on, dude.
hard,
Stop being
man.
sensitive. I'm just playing with you. You've shit on me for years. And I'm not even being that mean either. I'm just kind of poking the bear.
I love you. You know that.
I
I'm
love
proud
you.
of who I am. You know that. I have bitches who want to
never
fuck me.
said any of
I
it.
have bitches who want to fuck me. Do you understand
Of course
that?
they do. Of course
They
do.
masturbate to pictures of me.
Of course they do. Pull them up. Everyone wants to see them.
Can we leave Ross Rachel Brady out of this?
I love you, Arch.
I love
Don't ever
you.
change.
You
All
love
right?
me. We're a dysfunctional family.
Oh, by the way, I saw the new IWC Engineer. I think I'm pronouncing it wrong with the green dial. I handled that today. What's that called? There's a nickname for it. Do you know what it's called, Mark?
The
Sunny something?
The booger? No, I don't know.
Well, it's for that new brand. And I got to handle it today. I like the dial. It's very nice. Bracelet felt very cheap, but it's a pretty cool looking watch.
I hate that.
You should
when
get an
an expensive
Engineer.
watch has a shitty bracelet. I hate that.
I know. Well, first of all, it's $12.9 at retail, and I think you could get it for like $8,
So
maybe
it's
$9 on the second hand.
Yeah, that's annoying too.
Yeah, but Arch, maybe you should get one of those. What do you think, Arch? IWC?
Because you know what that means is when
I
the
love
dealers
IWC.
when the dealer is buying it from you, they're shafting you for like $5 so that they can sell it for like $8.5.
100%. Archie, you can get a good deal on one of those. Grab one while you can.
Do you know if Orbiter's in business still? Are they in business or they've closed?
I have no idea what that is. Just wanted to pop on and say hi. It's good to see you, Arch. Good to see you, Mark. Good to see you, Mikey.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for the pop.
Okay. I love you, Arch. Goodbye.
Thank you.
By the way, happy Pride Month. Wishing all the homophobes a very uncomfortable Pride Month. A friend of mine posted that on Facebook. I suppose I should be wearing I will be wearing the Breitling rainbow a little more often this month.
Yay for you.
Yeah, go me.
Yeah.
What are you going to do for Pride Month, Mikey? What's your contribution to diversity, pride, and education?
You know what? I don't
You don't celebrate.
discriminate or change my behavior
Nice.
depending on
That's all we are.
what somebody's what they do behind
Or who they do.
what their preferences are. I deal with people one-on-one.
Nice.
And so it's kind of a like moot question.
Have you been for fish and chips lately or
I'll
blueberry
just
pie?
be 1 minute. I'll be one
No,
minute.
Oh,
not since our get together. I can't eat there often. It's
yeah,
just
it's not good for you.
it's too salty and too. It's not well. It is deep fried, but they use really good oil and But you know, the big thing of French fries, they make the best fries ever, dude. And you have to have a pie while you're there, a little personal pie.
You know, we went to
And,
Cooper's Hawk last night, which is like, you know, upscale-y. And the meal was beautiful. Everything, I loved what I got. I got a steak. It was fantastic. But the French fries were cold. And I mean, when you're getting like a $30 meal and the French fries, like you could tell they were just sitting there under a red light till they got around to putting them on the plate. It was really upset. If I would have been paying for that meal, we were taken out.
you know what?
If I was hosting, I would have sent them back.
In-N-Out Burger, everybody, you know, like freaked out.
I love In-N-Out Burger.
I know everybody loves In-N-Out Burger. I am entirely not impressed with
Not
In-N-Out
impressed?
Burger.
Really?
Their burgers aren't that big. They're not big enough.
It's super cheap. I mean, it's like $5 for a full meal.
Yeah, well, then their fries were wimpy and oily and not crisp, and they didn't even last like the 7-minute ride home before they were cold and just you know limp.
Oh, you got to eat
limp.
them on the way. Nobody saves the fries for getting home. You eat the fries.
Well, at the time I was buying it, I was getting it for my my ex and
I see.
going out there and feed. Bring
Might have been a bad day.
bring food.
Like I'm sure.
No, I mean I've been there a few other times. There's like their animal style,
Yeah,
and
I like that. I like
and
stuff like
and, I don't know.
All right.
But
We don't have
honestly,
them
these days I do McDonald's or Burger King. Like I do beef like a couple times a year. Really, I pretty much it's chicken or turkey 99% of the time. TV dinners, mind you.
Wow, not good.
Sometimes beef. Yeah, sometimes beef. I like Salisbury steak.
It's not
you know,
steak. Salisbury steak.
I know it's not. I know
Mikey, it's so
exactly what
easy.
it
Why
is.
do you belong to Costco? Why don't you just buy a rotisserie chicken and just at least eat something slightly less pricey?
Oh, Safeway has them for $5 for. I mean,
So
yeah,
what's wrong with
I
rotisserie
know.
chickens? They're fantastic. I had a rotisserie chicken on the weekend. They're amazing.
I'm just telling Mikey it's better than the frozen meals that he eats
Yeah,
because those ones are so highly processed that
They are.
there's just it's not good for you to eat stuff that was created in a lab. Super chat.
$5 CB to sell a product, any product. It takes a product that people give a shit. Guess what? Only 10 people in the world give a shit about bread gay. I'm not selling the bread gay, CB.
Well,
Shut him right down.
I feel like the Breguet thing has gone on long enough. That's all. So
Guys, it's time to wrap this baby up.
Yay! Wrap it up. Let's wrap
I want
it
to
up.
say, Marky, how do you feel with me doing 2-hour streams? Do you wish I was
No.
doing 3 or 4
no,
or 5?
No. I think we're at the sweet spot. We're right at the sweet spot.
Because
Like,
I mean,
don't
you've
know.
always got to leave them wanting more. Otherwise,
Correct.
there's nothing to come back to.
That is, yes. I think we have maxed out the what we can accomplish in 120 minutes. We've given some quality entertainment. Mike got beat up by Lolex. I got beat up by Narc. You got beat up by everybody, and it's time to go right after this super chat.
Super chat! Super chat! CB, the product is your show, ding dong.
And by the way, the show's condolences go out to Curly, who apparently has lost his mother. That is a very tough
sad,
thing.
Curly.
Yeah, so we feel for you, brother.
I don't hate Curly. Curly, I
Sorry
had a lot
guys
of
for that.
respect for Curly. Curly, come back. Come on, man. Come back to me. 50-50.
I feel like that could be a song. Curly, come back.
Curly, come back.
Right.
You
could
can
be a-
blame it all on me. Curly, come back.
Right, exactly. Hey, what's this 50-50 stuff? Mike and I are volunteers. We have to talk about how that works.
Anyone who runs a dungeon, they get 50-50 of the money that comes in that they come in by.
Mike, you want to do it? Because I kind of don't.
No, I don't want to run a show. Not right
Here
now.
we go, guys. Let's thank the super chatters. We had Yankee Doodle, Pasta, Yankee Doodle, Pickle, CB, Black Cat, CB, Will Money, and CB. Remember, guys, it takes a lot to be a Breguet man. Breguet man. And without your support, Breguet men cannot go out there and win the universe over.
Thank you.
Guys, I also give one thing I really do is life advice. I'm 53. I am keen to give life advice. How much do you charge for an hour of dog advice, Mark?
Depends.
$300.
No, it's more like 150.
For 50, you a third of the price. I can give you the life advice that will save your life, make you successful. It will do everything. Okay, guys, I will see you.
You're just gonna.
Hi guys, it's Archie Luxury on the Archie Luxury channel. Guys, today I want to plug some of the services that I offer to my audience. Guys, do you need career advice? Do you need relationship advice? Do you need any sort of advice, whether it's relating to wristwatches, your life, your career, your romantic relationship? Guys, I am here to help. That's right, guys. For $50 an hour, I provide consultancy. That's right, guys. I will talk to you and discuss your problems. Guys, $50 an hour. That's right. You might want to ask me about how you should advance your career. You might want to ask me about, should you stay in a relationship? How do you get into a relationship? How to advance your agenda. Guys, I'm here to help you. I'm here to help you. $50. If you are at a stumbling block in your life and you want to know how to fix your life, please, guys, I need help with the termites. Guys, $50 an hour. I will give you advice. Anything, career, relationship, watch collecting, how to deal with your family, how to deal with your Filipino or Thai girlfriend. Guys, I'm here to help. $50. PayPal to archieluxury72@gmail.com. That's right, guys. Please, guys, this is a chance to get real advice. And I'm here to help. Here to help. That's right. Here to help you guys. And I just need you to send a PayPal to get the ball rolling, guys. I'm ready to do it now for you. That's right, guys. Here to help. PayPal to archieluxury72@gmail.com. Get it done today. I will ring you and give you the advice that no one will tell you the truth. Guys, I am 53 in October. I have lived life. I've done all the dumb things. I've done some good things. I've done dumb things. Guys, you want to talk to someone with experience? You get Archie Luxury involved. Do it now, fuckers. That's right. Do it now. And guys, if you're looking around at watches, check out rustyswatches.com. See you in the next. Hi, guys. It's Archie Luxury here. Today, guys, I want to share with you a great website that I use to check out watches. That's right, guys. I don't know about you, but I am somebody who wants to keep an eye on prices and see where the market's going. And the best website for this is rustyswatches.com. rustyswatches.com. Now, what it does, if you're in the US, Australia, the UK, Ireland, Canada, it will list recent listings so you can see new watches as they come to market. Not only new listings, but recently price drops. So if you're keeping an eye on the watch of your dreams, Rusty's Watches is the place to go. If you've got a special watch you want and you want to get the best possible deal you can, I'd highly recommend Rusty's watches. Now he's got some instant buttons. Patek, Breguet, Omega, Rolex, Cartier, to name but a few. Click on Breguet and it shows us recent new listings for Breguet. Hey, here's one at Watch Finder. Watch Finder has, guys, I am doing this advert to deal with my termite problem. That's right, guys. I have a bit of a termite problem. But guys, check out rustyswatches.com. This is the best place to get an idea of the market. Off the market. That's right, guys. Termites confirmed. Yes, this is, check it out, rustyswatches.com. Check it out, guys. I'm Archie Luxury. Tell me what you guys think of that.